Hello, my name's Patrick, and I'm a lateaholic. I'm not embarrassed about it anymore. In fact, I'm quite glad when I found out that 49% of the population suffer from lateness. The other 49% suffer from earliness. The remaining 2% of the population never turn up whatsoever. In fact, I was surprised that they turned up to do the survey. I think it was for the free biscuits. I've been to get help. I've tried everything. I've even been to see a therapist. I'm not even American, although I've shot a few Iraqis in my time. Well, at first it was harmless. I mean, I didn't really notice the impact on me or anyone else. But then it grew into an addiction. And as time passed, so did my friends, loved ones, people I'd given shingles to. I thought my problem would get solved when I bought an alarm clock. Well, it did for the first few mornings, but then I discovered the snooze button. It was like a tramp who'd found a carrier bag full of horse tranquilizers, or a horse who had found a carrier bag full of Hoover ring-pulled cans of Stella. I thought I could handle it. What's a couple of extra minutes? I mean, who's going to miss an extra 5 minutes in bed? Then 5 minutes soon turned into 10, 10 into 15, 15 into 365. Before I realised I'd had a problem, I'd worn out the snooze button. I had to put on a plastic replacement made out of the top of a fairy liquid bottle. Luckily, I'd seen Blue Peter as a kid. But then it became addictive. It became a craving. Once you tap, you just can't stop. Once you pop, you can't stop. That's what we'd always tell our nan. She wouldn't stop eating, so we all bought her a gastro brand. Unfortunately, she never read the instructions properly. Instead of putting it around her stomach, she put it around her neck, strangling her to death. Well, stopped her from eating. She lost a lot of weight. To be honest, it was a lot easier to carry the coffin as well. Is this on? Taste on? Just one more snooze, I promise. Then I'll get up. I promise. I was only lying to myself and the ones I loved and to the people who I was meant to be meeting any time before 10 in the morning. It's not my fault, I'm a night owl. You know, there's two types of people. You've got your night owls, you've got your early birds. Night owls are people who like to function on an evening. They get up late, they do stuff late. Early birds, they're people who get up early and like to do things very early in the morning. Now, like me, 90% of the population are night owls. You know, the other 10% of the population, they're afternoon pigeons. There's no such thing as early birds. I don't know anyone, and I'm sure you don't know anyone, who wakes up naturally at 5 a.m. in the morning and goes, "Hey, Pat, get out of bed, fancy going for a pint?" No, only homeless people do that. And they don't count because they never take part in surveys. Do you know what I mean? It's not my fault, it's not their fault, it's just that when you ask them, "Oh, excuse me mate, can you take part in a survey? What do you think?" They take the pen, they take the paper, next thing you know, they've made a little extension to their house, you know what I mean? Can never give them paper and cardboard. I was becoming late for everything. Late for work, late to meet friends. I even became late for doctor's appointments. I remember one time I was so late, by the time I got to see the doctor, my flu had cleared up, and I'd become pregnant. Well, to be honest, I thought I could handle it. What's 5 minutes late here, 5 minutes late there? Well, it actually started to affect my work. I remember I lost my job as a bomb disposal expert. You know, I was thinking, what's a couple of minutes, you know? Well, turns out, actually, you turn up a couple of minutes late to a bomb with a 3-minute timer on. It can be actually quite touch and go. Oh, that's nice. Then I remember I was losing one job after another. It's like a domino effect. Got a job as a fireman, soon lost that, was turning up late. Remember one time I turned up 10 minutes late to a job. I was going, where's the building with the fire? Oh, there is it. Oh, that's a new style open plan roofing. Yeah, I like that. I'll get my CV. Then I got a job as a lollipop lady. They only work 15 minutes a day. What could go wrong? Well, quite a lot actually. Sometimes I'd turn up late to work, 15 minutes, you know. The whole shift would be over by then. Mental. Turn up, there'd be young kids on the side of the road going, help me, please, help me. Luckily, there was a lass that lived near the area. She had a fake tan, glowing like orange. Must have been from Essex. The kids managed to follow her over the road. Still, I love that job. My granddad was always an optimist, but my nan was a pessimist. Remember, my granddad would say, "Time is a healer." But my nan would say, "Yeah, it is if you got a paper cut, not if you got Alzheimer's." She never remembers telling us that. Eventually my wife left, then my kids left, then the neighbours left. Although that wasn't my fault. They stopped paying the mortgage for 6 months. They got the house repossessed. The final straw was when the dog left. We didn't have one, it lived over the road, but it decided to leave with me wife and kids. Wasn't long before he soon got fed up, and like everyone else, left my life. Einstein said, if you're sat next to a beautiful woman chatting for 2 hours, it feels like 2 minutes. Yet, if you're sat on an oven, a red hot oven for 2 minutes, it feels like 2 hours. This guy was a genius. He created relativity. Yet he didn't know how to use furniture. What is he doing? Sitting on an oven? What? Cooking his food on a sofa? I was at my lowest point. I had no friends, no family, no loved ones. Even on my MySpace page, didn't have one single friend. And everyone gets Tom when they join. I had nothing, just my wits, my hat, and a bit of cardboard. Then one day, I remember when I was at my lowest point, remember what my granddad said to me? He said, never, ever back down, Patrick. He said, always look danger in the eye. Always stare out fear. Never back down. It's great advice. Unfortunately, he got killed by a truck. He's trying to stare out the headlights. So I decided, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Too scared to fight time. I decided to take it right on, head on head. So I went out there and I thought, I'll get it off people who don't need the time, who've got loads of time to spare. So I went onto the streets of Great Britain, asking people if I could borrow 30 seconds of their time. Can I borrow your time for 30 seconds, fella? Just for a quick chat. We're asking if we can help us. We just need 30 seconds of your time to help people who seriously have struggled with lateness around the world and around Britain. We just want to borrow 30 seconds of your time to give these people who are always running late. Fantastic.
Cheers, thanks.
Yeah, it's all important, I hear.
This is where I say we're late and we should go.
Yeah. Come on, move it.
Look at Kamal, he's feeling tired. Kamal's feeling like, I need to sleep. Don't sleep, Kamal. Stand it, Kamal. 5, 4 seconds, come on. Another 3 seconds. The last 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
1, 0. Guys, lift up. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much.
Cheers.
You're a star.
Take
Thanks
care.
very much. Cheers.
Cheers,
See you again next week. We're going to borrow an hour next week. Cheers. Bye-bye. Well, guys, thanks very much for taking time out to check out my video. I hope it's improved you with your timekeeping as much as it's helped me.
Patrick, it's nearly 6:30.
What? I was meant to pick up the kids at 3. I wish I never had that DNA test. I couldn't believe they proved they were mine.